Season. Group A action coming up shortly here as the former runners-up Banvit take on Nizhny Novgorod of Russia. Well, today's hosts are hoping to maintain their 100% home record following wins here over Ludwigsburg and Le Mans, but they did suffer their first defeat of the season away at Ventspils last week. Nizhny, of course, having come through three rounds of qualifying to reach the group phase, have recorded just one win from their opening three games. Can they make it 2 wins on the road as they take on Banvit here this evening? Le Mans also in action a little bit later. They take on Ventspils of Latvia. Murcia beating Avellino yesterday in the tight match-up, and a win also for Anvil of Poland away at Ludwigsburg. So Banvit, who beat Ludwigsburg and Le Mans here in their 2 home games so far this season, suffered their first defeat a week ago away at Ventspils. They had a 9-5 record in the regular season last time around, eventually going out in the quarterfinals, but of course in the 2016-17 season they were runners-up. Nizhny Novgorod are playing in their first ever Basketball Champions League regular season. As things stand, they find themselves in 7th place with 1 win, which is away at Anvil, and 2 defeats, both at home against Avellino in week 1 in overtime, and then against Murcia last week, 72-51. A victory here today would put them back on track, and certainly would be a pretty satisfactory start to what is a very tough group. It is their first time playing in the regular season. Banvit, who have a really good record in this particular competition, will be boosted by the fact that a couple of key players are missing for Nizhny Novgorod. Vladimir Dragicevich, who missed the game against Murcia last week with an injury, still unavailable, as is Kendrick Perry, who picked up an injury during that game. He was averaging 14 points despite missing most of last week's defeat to Murcia. Banvit, on the other hand, have got a pretty full roster to choose from. Alex Perez, a 25-year-old point guard, averaging 11 points per game, 5 rebounds, 4.7 assists. Marcus Thornton, 25-year-old, averaging over 10 points as well, 11-point average for him, 4 assists, 3.7 rebounds. And Jordan Morgan, who was with Petrol Olympia last season, averaging 20 points per game, and he is certainly a player to keep an eye on. He managed 4 double-doubles in his 14 appearances with Petrol Olympia in the last campaign. Only DJ Kennedy, playing for Pinar Karšiaká, managed more with 6. He already has 1 this season as well in the game against Ventspils, which of course his side did eventually lose. They have a new head coach this season as well, of course, Amit Gergen, replacing Saso Filipovski, who was in charge for both previous Basketball Champions League campaigns. And he will be desperate for his side to maintain what has been an excellent start at home in this competition. Banvit, always tough to beat at home. As far as the Basketball Champions League goes, they did lose to Monaco here in the quarterfinals, in that leg, the first leg of the quarterfinals. And overall, a pretty solid record when it comes to home games in the Basketball Champions League. It promises to be a fascinating battle between these two sides. The home team just being introduced onto the court here. An amazing record that Banvit have. Runners-up in the 2016-17 season, the inaugural edition of the Basketball Champions League, lost to Tenerife, of course. And losing to Monaco in the quarters last year. They will be hoping to get out of this group, but it is a tough group. Murphy have made an excellent start. Another win yesterday to maintain their 100% record. Anvil of Poland with a good away win against Ludwigsburg, so they've gone 2-2 so far. Ludwigsburg, who side have performed so well last season, of course, getting into the Final Four. They have made a dreadful start to their Basketball Champions League season in this group. 4 defeats from their first 4 games. And there is your refereeing team for this evening. Manuel Mazzoni, Vilius Mashiulatis, and Erez Gurion from Italy, Lithuania and Israel respectively. A few minutes away still from the start of this vital clash really for both teams. Disappointing start at home for Nizhny Novgorod, losing both of their home games so far, but they did win away at Anvil, the Polish side, who showed yesterday just how good they can be. An impressive win away at Ludwigsburg. As I mentioned already, Nizhny Novgorod had to come through 3 qualification rounds in order to make it to the regular season stage. They beat Porto of Portugal and got the better of Aris of Greece. And finally got the better of Pardubice, the Czech Republic side, to book their spot in the regular season. There was the refereeing team that I mentioned a few moments ago from Italy, Lithuania and Israel. Mr. Mazzoni, Machilatis and Gurion. And we can have a look at the starting 5 for Nizhny Novgorod. Dmitry Uzinski, an important player for Nizhny in the absence in particular of Dragicevic and Kendrick Perry. 25-year-old Russian forward, averaging 8.7 points, 6 rebounds and 1 assist so far. And there is Zoran Lukic, the head coach of this Nizhny Novgorod side. They're going to take a major scalp here in the form of Banvit, under the head coach of the new head coach for this season, Amit Gurgen. Alex Perez is in the starting 5. Ulusoy, Osmani, Jordan Morgan and Ridvan Onsel making up the starting 5 for Amit Gurgen's team. The head coach has a lot to live up to. Cesar Filipovsky did so well with this Banvit team over the last couple of Basketball Champions League seasons. And they got into the Final Four in the first edition of this competition. It was a dramatic quarter-final, you may remember, against Ludwigsburg at moment when Jordan Theodore secured the victory at the buzzer with a layup. And went on to have a very successful campaign, just missing out on the main prize, of course. And it should be another special night. It was a good atmosphere. Particularly vocal section of the support, as you can see just behind the players there. Nizhny Novgorod, as I mentioned, playing in the regular season for the very first time. Last year they were entered into the second round of qualifying and they ended up losing to Antwerp. 2 fairly tight games, lost both of them, 90-87 and 66-62, which prevented them going any further. Very different story this time around. Porto, Aris and Pardubice of the Czech Republic, the 4 sides they beat just to get into this very tough group. Murcia, as I mentioned, the only side with a 100% record. Avellino losing for the first time against Murcia yesterday, but they have a 3-1 record. The Italians going well. Anvil, the surprise side, perhaps in at number 3 from Poland. 2-2 record for them. Great win against Ludwigsburg. Semi-finalists last year, who did exactly what Nizhny Novgorod have done this time around. Actually went through 3 rounds of qualifying, ended up reaching the final 4. But they have made a pretty disastrous start to the campaign with 4 defeats in a row. Both of these sides have already secured their first wins of the season. Will it be a third win for Banvit or a second win for Nizhny? We are on the way in northwestern Turkey. Group A in the Basketball Champions League. Banvit hosting Nizhny Novgorod. Banvit in the white jerseys getting the opening points. Straight away, Jordan Morgan showing what he can do. As Nizhny look to respond here. Oh, and rejected by Osmani. Well, what a start here for Banvit. Osmani, who provided the assist for the opening points, now has a block as well. And Morgan claiming the rebound. Jordan Morgan already having an impact on this game. Osmani trying to get to it. Here's Perez. Perez with the pass to Osmani. And they can keep the pressure up here. There's a block from Osmani a few moments ago. And turnover here. Nizhny might be able to secure their first points of the night. 3-point attempt is missed. Banvit on the move quickly, and it's a little bit of composure there from Osmani. Ehsan Osmani opening his account for the night. And Banvit open up a 4-point lead. And Osmani then with the steal. He's really had a lively start to the game here. Ulusoy. Jordan Morgan was underneath it. Couldn't get to it. Now Nizhny looking for their first points again. Still nothing on the board for the Russians. Bounce pass into Morgan, who's drawn the foul and will go to the line for 2 free throws here. Ilya Popov, the player who has been penalised. Jordan Morgan averaging 20 points per game so far this season, averaging 9 rebounds as well. He has 4 points and 2 rebounds in this game already. Three-point attempt is no good. Muzinski unable to get Nizhny Novgorod off the mark here. Perez. And Jordan couldn't tidy it up. It'll be an easy layup for Baburin. And Nizhny do have their first points now. It's taken them almost 3 minutes to get on the board here. Here's Morgan. Already proving to be the danger man here, Jordan Morgan. What a great finish that is. A hook shot from Jordan Morgan. 6 points separating the two teams now, and 6 points in the bank for Morgan. Four double-doubles in 14 games last season. Already won in this Basketball Champions League campaign. Establishing himself early on here. 6 points and 3 rebounds in the opening 3.5 minutes for Jordan Morgan. It's a big, influential player for Petrol Olympia in last season's competition. Here's Alex Perez. Perez goes for it himself, misses. Nizhny looking to respond here. Morgan uncontested there. Pass to Osmani here, and that's a lovely layup at the end as well. Take Banvit into double digits, open up an 8-point lead. And Nizhny Novgorod do get the chance now from the foul line. Stapkovic drawing the foul. And Stapkovic missing the first one. He does make the second. Perez. Somehow that hasn't gone in, and Nizhny looking to take advantage here. And the bounce pass into Stapkovic, and that's nicely put away. Stapkovic now has 3 points to his name. Nizhny cut the gap to 5. Will Banvit respond here? Well, he will get a couple of free throws. Baba in with the foul. Rajipatar wriggling his way through. And this is the second, so it is a 6-point difference here. Strebkov. Foul by Devin Oliver this time. Another former Petrol Olympia player. 13 appearances for them last season in the Basketball Champions League. Three double-doubles for him in the Basketball Champions League last season. As Nizhny look to close the gap once again. They've kept it alive here, and it is going to be another trip to the foul line the frustration of Ulusoy. Nizhny making both free throws, and Nizhny recovered a bit from a slow start where we weren't finding things particularly straightforward, missing opportunities, and Banvit looked as though they might run away with it early on. Here is Attar. Now Alex Perez. Perez. Ulusoy. Goes for the three. It's no good. And the rebound is well claimed. Play halted by the referee's whistle. Stavkovic getting the final touch there. Perez. Hazer just losing control there, Seamus Hazer. Nizhny do seem to have found their rhythm a bit now. 2-point game. Stem the flow of Banvit scoring. Noticeable difference since Jordan Morgan's not been on the court. Perez. Still with Banvit here, Attar. Can't get it to go. More frustration for Banvit here. Just seem to have lost their rhythm a bit. Made a flying start. Stavkovic looking for a way through and couldn't find it in the end. Attar nearly lost it. And it has been turned over. Nizhny with the pass, and the layup's a nice easy one for Toropov as Nizhny tie the game at 11 apiece. Simple and effective from the Russians. And they've done a good job of turning this game around. After a slow start, timeout called, and it's 11 points each. Good recovery from Nizhny Novgorod. Eight points behind at one stage, 10-2. Since then, Nizhny have scored 9 points. Banvit have added just the one. Free throw from Attar. Need to just rediscover a bit of form here as Mani does the business. Getting him back on court could make a difference. Jordan Morgan is out there as well. 6 points, 4 rebounds for him so far. Morgan was in there again, making sure there was no way through for Nizhny. Here he is, Morgan. Draws the foul. Komolov, the player penalised here. Block from Morgan just a few moments ago. His hand in the right place, really, the 6'8" centre. Alexander Gudamak has taken his place on the court. Ulashoy. Another foul drawn. Komolov. Second foul in quick succession. Does mean free throws here. Well, 1 from 2 from the line. Ismail Ulusoy, his first point of the game. 3-point lead for Banvit, but not for much longer. Brzezinski responding again for the Russians. Morgan penalised this time. The offensive foul. The pass doesn't quite make its way to Komolov. Perez getting in the way of it. Brzezinski. And it's really nicely finished off. Eventually, it's Toropov who makes it count. Nizhny lead for the first time in the game. 15-14, and Toropov has 6 points now. Hazer. And Hazer makes the 2. Put Banvit back in front. Nizhny unable to respond this time, and we are into the final 22 seconds now of this first quarter. One point separates the two sides. Can Nizhny steal the lead right at the end of the First quarter foul is the call again. Morgan once more. Second foul for Jordan Morgan. The free throw is missed by Strebkov. He could tie the game here. Which he does. 3 seconds remaining in this first quarter. And Banvit going to try and use it quickly here. Morgan, oh, just missing the chance to give Banvit the lead at the end of the first. Used that time wisely, Banvit, but couldn't quite make it count in the end, so it's all tied up at the end of the first quarter. 16 points apiece. Banvit and Nizhny cannot be separated yet. Well, a pretty even start to the game, although it was Banvit who made the quicker start. We haven't seen a single three-pointer yet in this game. None from 5 for Banvit, none from 3 for Nizhny. Free throws identical. So as expected, really almost nothing to separate the two teams. Jordan Morgan standing out once again fairly early on, 6 points and 4 rebounds. Ehsan Osmani as well with 6 points, 1 rebound and 1 assist. And those two players with a block apiece as well. A huge amount of contribution from elsewhere from the home side, and one is a fairly low-scoring first quarter. Nizhny, remember, without a couple of key players for this game. Vladimir Dragishevich, 32-year-old centre who's been one of their key figures in the opening weeks of the season. Kendrick Perry as well, who played a big role in qualifying, particularly in the tie with Aris, the Greek side, arguably their toughest tie in the qualification phase. Sergei Toropov has 6 points, top scoring for Nizhny so far. There's 3 rebounds as well, a joint highest with Astapkovich, who has 3 points, 3 rebounds and an assist. Even Strebkov with 1 point, 1 rebound and 2 assists. In a low-scoring game so far, the numbers not particularly high. As Nizhny get us back underway in this second quarter now. Worth remembering they were 10-2 down fairly early on. They seem to have settled really well, the Russians. And now looking to take the lead, which they have done. Great start to the second quarter. And Gudamak gets his first points of the evening. Onsell. Hazer. Perez. Still Perez. And fade away, jump shot, which is missed. Hazer does well. And Banvit get the opportunity to maintain possession here. We've got about 4 on the shot clock, 4.3 seconds. Try and conjure something up here. should be finished off. It is finished off. Banvit level it up. Morgan couldn't quite claim that rebound. Nizhny has now moved on to 8 points for the hosts. Jordan Morgan making way. And that'll be another trip to the foul line. There's Nizhny. So Zhabanov, Zhabanov with the man to take charge of these free throws here to try and give Nizhny the lead once again. Zhabanov makes 1 from 2. Nizhny lead again, but only by 1. Here is Hazard. Perez. Hazard draws the foul. A little short on numbers. Nizhny Novgorod. Only 10 players available to them because of those 2 injuries. Hazard, in the meantime, has missed his first free throw. And this is the second as well. So they missed half of their free throws so far in this game. Banvit, 4 from 8. Nizhny with 5 from 8. And they lead by a single point. 1 free throw, the difference at the moment. And 1 back here by the hosts, and Alex Perez nearly left the ball behind. Perhaps a little fortunate to draw the foul there from Gudamak. Hazard doing it all alone and drawing a foul, so another opportunity for him to go to the line. Missed his last couple of free throws. And this time he makes 1 of 2. They tried to keep it alive there, Banvit. Possession turned over once more. Ostapkovic. Ostapkovic gets the pass out. The 3-point attempt is no good. Strong defensive work from Nizhny, but eventually shot comes in from Hazard, it's missed, and It's a technical foul. Yes, it is. Jürgen Ahmet, the coach. Not too many complaints from the man in charge of Banvit. Nizhny take full advantage with the free throw there from Strebkov. Beyond the arc, three-point attempt is no good. Nizhny still up by a single point. 3 minutes into the second quarter. 20-19 lead for the Russians. Oliver. Strebkov. Through the foul. It will be a three-point play possibility here. Strebkov making the layup, drawing the foul from Eichel. And Strebkov adding the extra point. It's a 4-point lead for Nizhny Novgorod. Three-point attempt missed there by Banvit. On Sell. And again, he misses this time. Strebkov with the rebound. Still Strebkov, bounce pass, and should be finished here. It's another foul. Nizhny claiming the rebound, but then drawing the foul from Onsel. Misses the first, but makes the second, Nizhny. Five-point lead for Nizhny Novgorod. Perez looking for a way through, turnover. And this could be more trouble here for the hosts. Nizhny goes in, and was that a block? I think there was a crucial touch there, but once more Banvit allow possession to be turned over. Attar with the block at one end, but turnover at the other straight afterwards. It's just been so disjointed from Banvit really in this game so far. They haven't found their rhythm. But they have won it back here. And can they make this count? And again, it comes to nothing. Stapkovic. Both sides struggling really to get points on the board. Three-point attempt is good. Strebkov gives Nizhny an 8-point lead. And that is the first successful three-point effort. Here's the block again. And I think Nizhny Novgorod thought there was a foul in there. A block from Atar. Well, the timeout's been called and Nizhny lead by 8, 27-19. Banvit struggling to capture that form that they showed in the opening couple of minutes of this game, where they raced into a 10-2 lead. They led by 8 points very early on, now find themselves 8 points behind and have only added 9 points to the total since then. Nizhny lead 27-19, just past the halfway point of the second quarter. Game's lacked a little bit of flow and rhythm. A little bit scrappy in places. Bolshoi. Pass does find its intended target. Just can't seem to get it to go at all here. A mighty struggle for the ball. And Banvit 1 from 9 as far as 2-point attempts go in this second quarter, and travelling now the call. Continue to be frustrated here, Amit Gergen's team. Devin Oliver, man guilty of travelling 8 turnovers to 5. Too many for Banvit's liking at this stage, you would imagine. And turnover they will have enjoyed on that occasion, and Hazard lays it up and in. Quick turnaround there from Banvit, who move into the 20s. Five points for him. Stapkovic has it here for Nizhny. Ran into trouble, but his teammate got him out of difficulty and finished it well. Strebkov restores the 8-point lead and moves into double figures himself. 10 points, 4 rebounds for Ivan Strebkov. As Banvit look to respond quickly and do through Ulusoy. And we're just going to see a little bit more flow and rhythm now to this game. This is better from Nizhny as well. The 3-point attempt, though, is no good. Ulusoy has it. Hazard lays it up and in again. This is much more like it from Banvit. 7 points in the game now for him. Quick flowing basketball that time from the Turkish side. And a timeout called by Nizhny Novgorod. They still lead, but only by 4 points now, 29-25. And just in the last couple of minutes, there's been some improvements from Banvit in particular. The contribution of Seamus Hazard. Now has 7 points. A couple of layups made by Banvit's number 22, the 19-year-old, promising youngster. Turned over again, Ulusoy, and it should be finished. It is finished by Attar. Another teenager making a contribution for Banvit, and to get them within 2 points here. Komolov out to the corner, three-point attempt is no good. Cherapovic unable to hold it. And the turnover punished. Recep Attar taking his personal tally to 3 points. And Nizhny remain frustrated, having let their lead slip from 8 down to 2. Osmani. Ulusoy. Tied up by Attar. This is Hazard. And Attar's there, throws it down, ties the game. Back-to-back buckets for Attar. "29 points apiece, and all of a sudden things looking much better for the home side. Three-point attempt missed. Cherapovic claims the rebound. This is Komolov. Still Komolov into the corner. Osmani penalised here. Jumping right into Gudamak. Third foul for Osmani. Another foul called, this time it's Ulusoy. And Baburin able to make the most of the first free throw. Put the Russians back in front. And makes the second as well. Evgeny Baburin. Ulusoy. 31-29. The Russians lead here. Banvit looking to change that. Oliver out to Ulusoy. Ulusoy still going. Eventually denied. This is Komolov. And Baburin with the three-point attempt, no good. Claims the rebound though, Baburin. Komolov. 10 seconds left. Gets the pass away to Baburin. Misses the three-point attempt. You're going to have to launch this quickly. And it just falls short. And that brings an end to the first half here. Banvit led early on, raced into a 10-2 lead, but Nizhny coming back, and they led by 8 points at one stage. And they do have the lead going into the half-time interval. It's a narrow one in a low-scoring game. Banvit trail 29-31 at half-time. Well, it's been a tight, intense affair, this one. Neither side perhaps finding their best form. Both around the 44-45% marks as far as two-point efforts go. Banvit have yet to hit a three-pointer in this game. Nizhny have only hit one. Free throws have been slightly better from the Russians. Banvit winning more rebounds, more assists. In terms of defensive rebounds, it's absolutely identical. Banvit winning a few more offensive rebounds, but they're not turning that into points. Turnovers again pretty similar. A few too many fouls from Banvit. Certainly that's what Ahmet Gergen will feel at the end of this first half. Osmani leading the way for points for Banvit, just 8 for him. Strebkov's been the key man for Nizhny with 10 points, 4 rebounds and 2 assists. A little bit of everything from him. Osmani's been an important player for Banvit, but he's picked up 3 fouls already. Devin Oliver hasn't quite hit the heights that you would expect from him. Jordan Morgan started the game well, but has been a little bit quiet. Didn't play a lot in the second quarter, or didn't play quite as much in the second quarter. And he could have a big say in the second half of this one. Nizhny Novgorod short of a couple of players because of injury, but so far more than holding their own in Bandırma in northwestern Turkey. It's been an intriguing matchup so far between these two sides in the Basketball Champions League. It's game day 4, remember. Banvit looking for a 3rd win at home and a 3rd win out of 4 overall. Nizhny winning their only previous away game prior to this one, having lost both home games, looking for their 2nd win of the regular season and what is their debut appearance at this stage of the competition against the former runners-up. But it is half-time, and we will be back in a few minutes with the second half. Banvit trailing by 2, 29-31. It should be a fascinating battle in the second half coming up very shortly. Welcome back to Bandırma in Turkey. Second half of this Group A clash coming up shortly. Banvit, the home side, trailing to Nizhny Novgorod of Russia by just 2 points, 29-31. It has been a bit of a battle between these two sides so far, neither really finding their rhythm, maybe neither really producing their best basketball so far. Field goal percentage of 34, just over 34% for Banvit, and just over 32% for Nizhny Novgorod. Ahmet Gurgen. Well, I want to see a little bit more from his team in the second half. And his opposite number, Zoran Lukic, without a couple of key players for Nizhny Novgorod. Has managed to turn the game around, really. It started pretty badly for the Russians. They found themselves 10-2 down early in the first quarter, turned that around, went into the end of the first quarter with the scores level at 16 apiece, and just about edged the second quarter. It's been low scoring, but it's been a fascinating battle. One thing Nizhny Novgorod have done really well is disrupt any rhythm that Banvit have managed to acquire. Just when they start getting into the flow of things, it feels as though Nizhny are able to put a stop to it and make things a little bit difficult for them once again. Ivan Strebkov for Nizhny has had a decent first half, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, leading the way in assists, rebounds and points. He's been the key man for the visiting side. Jordan Morgan had a really good start for Banvit. He's only played a little more than 8.5 minutes so far, 6 points, 4 rebounds. Made a fairly big impact early on. We'll need a little bit more from him. Picked up a couple of fouls. I'm not sure whether that was the reason for him maybe not being as involved, or whether they're just expecting to see more from him in the second half. Ersan Osmani with 8 points is the top scorer for the home side. Recep Atar with 5 points, 5 rebounds in that first half, another important player for the home team. And we saw Şemus Hazer just sort of come to life in the closing moments. There he is, the 19-year-old. 7 points for him and 1 rebound. And they get underway here in the third quarter. Nizhny in possession in the black. Going to build on their 2-point advantage here. Strebkov finding Popov, but there's no way through in the end for Gudemak, and here come Banvit. Perez, Devin Oliver, Perez again. Jordan Morgan is out there for the start of this second half. If you keep him quiet, they will make life difficult for Banvit. Here is Hazer, though, going for the 3 and making it. And he moves into double figures right at the start of this third quarter. And more importantly, he puts Banvit into a 1-point lead, 32-31, just the start they needed. It's actually their first 3-pointer of the game. And they failed to produce one in the whole of the first half. They produced one in the first 60 seconds of the third quarter. If they can put a run of points together, they might start to feel a bit better about things, but the turnover here has put Nizhny on the front foot. Oliver claims the rebound. Hazer moves it quickly, and the 2-point attempt is a successful one from Ulusoy. And Banvit with a 5-point scoring run at the start of this second half to take a 3-point lead. 34-31. A minute and a half for the third quarter. having been played now. The bounce pass there from Popov, and it is put away by Gudamak. Here's Jordan. Jordan Morgan missing that attempt, trying to add to the 6 points he picked up very early on in this game. Strebkov draws the foul. Strebkov giving his side a 1 point lead. Nizhny Novgorod back in front, albeit only by a point. Hazard. Seamus Hazard goes for the three and drops it short. Strebkov. Rebound claimed by Oliver. Here is Hazard going all the way, drawing the foul. And he'll go to the line for the extra free throw and a chance for a three-point play. It's been a good start to the second half from this teenager. He's got some real talent. Really settling into his rhythm now. 13 points in the game. 2 points the difference now. Banvit lead. As the three-point attempt is good. Great response again from Nizhny Novgorod. And Babarin. Making that one count. His first three of the evening. They missed 4 attempts in that first half. Travelling called against Devon Oliver. Strebkov. Gudamak. Babarin, nice pass. Popov couldn't quite finish it. Final touch there off a Banvit hand. Shake of the head there from Ahmed Gergen. I sense there's a bit of frustration as Babarin puts up a long three and wasn't able to make it count. Hazard, oh, throws it down one-handed. Seamus Hazard really has made a flying start to this second half. Three-point attempt now in response, no good. Rebound claimed. And another three-point attempt which fails to drop. Oliver has it. And that's a foul drawn by Onsel, who'll go to the foul line to try and get his first points of the evening. How about this though from Seamus Hazard, the one-handed jam. 15 points now for the 19-year-old Banvit player. 6 from 8 from the field, 1 rebound, 1 assist as well. Seamus Hazard playing his 3rd game. The Basketball Champions League regular season, 6 points against Ventspils, 14 points against the Murcia. Averaging 10 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist prior to tonight. Already exceeded that in terms of points scored. And taken off for the time being, Ali Karagul in his place. And Banvit, who have a 3-point advantage, are just starting to look a little more comfortable. And Banvit now starting to pull away. Five-point lead, which in a tight game like this one is fairly significant. Will there be a response here? There is, it's a 3. And standing from Musinski. Great response to Alex Perez. And we are back to a 2-point game again. Oliver. It's up the 3, it's no good. And foul is called. Karagula. Drawing the foul. Oh, nicely finished by Perez again. Back-to-back buckets for Alex Perez, who failed to score in that first half. He's opened up the 4-point lead again, and now it's Zoran Lukic is looking the more frustrated of the two coaches. Stankovic with a turnover there. Oliver couldn't get it to go. Another foul has been called here. Toropov taking a seat on the bench. Alex Perez is being replaced as well here. Jibatar back on court. Hazard. Going it alone. And the decision going against Banvit in the end. Stepped over the line there, out of bounds. Chirapovic. It's it back again. Gudamak. Well, given away. And Banvit here could punish Nizhny. Steal from Rajipatar and a foul in the end from Baburin. Oliver making the first one from the line. First point of the game for Devin Oliver. 6 rebounds, 2 assists, but a little short on point scoring. He's missed the second one. Another foul's been called. Just a slip there by Hazard. No contact. It was Rajipatar who drew the foul, so he will be the man. Going to the line. Just a bit slippery down there, which is where Shemus Hazard lost his balance. Qatar 5 points, 5 rebounds. Can push his side further ahead here. No problem at all for Rajipatar. 2 from 2, 7 points on the board. And 7 points the difference now between the two sides. It's been a good third quarter so far for Banvit. Oh, that was salvaged somehow, but the three-point attempt was missed. Now Devin Oliver going all the way, drawing the foul. Baburin, again the man penalised. It's his 4th personal foul, Baburin. Oliver misses a free throw. He does make the second. Devin Oliver doubles his tally. Banvit edge a little further in front. Banvit have scored twice as many points as Nizhny in this third quarter so far. And they've just registered their 22nd point. 22-10 in this third quarter. The steal from Oncel. And he made them pay in full there. Rid van Oncel. Timeout is called, and Banvit find themselves 10 points clear, 51-41.
Hands up!
Well, it's been a very productive third quarter so far for Banvit. Only 2 points behind at the halfway stage. Turn that around quite significantly. They now lead by 10, 51-41. Still 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Worth remembering they scored only 29 points in the first half. They've already scored 22 points in the second quarter, and their field goal shooting has been so much better. 58% compared to 25% of their opponents. Travelling the call there against Stapkovic. More turnovers now from Nizhny. Oliver goes for the three, doesn't quite get it. It's just not happening for him. The only points he's managed so far have been from the foul line. Here's Popov for Nizhny, the little hooked pass. And the finish from Cherapovic for his first points of the game. Some much needed points as well for Nizhny Novgorod. Here's Onsel. And a step back three is no good. Tar couldn't quite get onto the rebound there. Strebkov, Popov, and Baburin misses, and Oliver, and this should be, oh, great exchange. Oliver draws the foul. Picking up the pass from Perez. And Strebkov is penalised. Strebkov what was his third personal foul of the game. Oliver missing the free throw. Making the second. Again, 1 from 2 for Devin Oliver. Three points for him, all of them coming from free throws, 3 from 6 from the line. None from 4 from the field. Banvit try and recapture possession here. 9-point lead. Oh, and that's really nicely worked. Thrown down, two-handed there by Yashinsky. He's only just come on. Given the freedom there. Picked out by Strebkov. Perez now for Banvit. Here is Hazet. Goes it alone. Couldn't finish. Popov with the rebound. Nizhny might be able to end the quarter in a more positive fashion. Hazard's foul. Seconds or so remaining here. Very little difference between shot and game clock here at the end of the third quarter. Strebkov. Baburin for three. Oh, somehow it stayed out. And that brings the third quarter to an end. And Banvit, who were down by 2 at half-time, lead by 7 as we go into the final period here on game day 4 in the Basketball Champions League. Banvit 52, Nizhny Novgorod 45. Turkish side with the edge going into the final period of play. And they've turned it around impressively in that third quarter, scoring 23 points, which was only 6 less than the whole of the first half put together. Two-point shooting has improved dramatically up to 49%. They've still only made 1 3-pointer. That was Hazard early on in that third quarter. 1 from 13 from beyond the arc, 3 from 19 from their opponents. Not a great deal better, it has to be said. Three-point shooting has been a little off from both teams. Nizhny rallying a little bit in the later stages of that third quarter, but a 9-point swing sees them trailing by 7. As we head into the final quarter of the game, just a reminder that Banvit are protecting an undefeated home record in this season's competition. Nizhny Novgorod protecting an unbeaten away record. They've only played 1 before today, obviously. This is Banvit's 3rd home game. Nizhny Novgorod getting their 1 and only win so far away in Poland at Anvil. And yesterday beat Ludwigsburg impressively on the road. So it is a group where you feel anyone can beat anyone. Quite a lot of away victories. In this group. Banvit will be keen to ensure that there is no away win here today. Just about ready to get the fourth quarter underway. Banvit protect this 7-point lead. Heza on Sell. Onsell with a layup, nice finish in off the glass. 2 points for Onsell. Nizhny looking to respond. And they fail to do so. Decision this time going against Banvit. The officials are in conference here over what exactly happened. Gipatar has been penalised. It was a foul. His first foul of the game. Ulusoy and Osmani, 2 players on 3 fouls for Banvit, reasonably disciplined otherwise. Evgeny Babarin is the man who's got to be careful for Nizhny Novgorod. He's on 4. Little over a minute gone in the final quarter. Perez to Hazard. Perez again. Perez for 3, gets it! A rare 3-pointer for Banvit this evening. Only their 2nd of the game, but it has opened up a 12-point lead. And Perez has 7 points. Needless to say, his first successful three, but he's got the steal here and the breakaway's on. Hazard couldn't hold it though. And frustration not hidden there by Emmett Gergen. Timeout called. Banvit having made a fairly positive start to this final quarter. 5 points without reply and a 12-point lead overall. And here come Banvit trying to increase that advantage. It'll be another trip to the foul line here for Rajiv Patar. Fails to make that free throw. And Banvit slowly increasing that advantage. There's still a long way to go. It's a steal from Oliver. He's done well to keep his balance. And still can't get it to go. Might get one more chance here. Devin Oliver draws the foul. The unsportsmanlike foul is the call. It's been a frustrating night in many ways for Devin Oliver. Still hasn't scored from the field. None from 6. 3 from 6 from the foul line. Did really well here with the steal initially. And then missed a couple of attempts. And then got one more chance and drew the foul from Komolov. And this is the second one, so maintains his 50% record from the foul line. He's got 10 rebounds, just 4 points. So another timeout is called. And with Nizhny yet to score in this fourth quarter, they haven't added any points so far. They've added only 14 since half-time. And Nizhny just haven't got going at all in this fourth quarter. Banvit lead by 14 now. Perez has her for three. And that's no good this time. Sharapovic. Still Sharapovic, a little spin and jump shot, which is no good. Good rebound claim there, but Oliver wins it back again for the home side. Perez. Oh, he's made it. That is huge for Banvit. On Sell. He was just inside the arc when he made that shot. Opens up the lead even more. 16 points now. Since half-time. It's a scoreline of 32-14 in favour of Banvit. It's been quite a turnaround. After such an even first half, Oliver with another rebound. He is starting to claim them for fun now. Hazard finds on Sell, who comes inside, fails to finish. Jordan does well. And Jordan draws the foul and he'll go to the line. Jordan Morgan just claimed his fifth rebound there. He's had a rather quieter game than expected, perhaps. Jordan Morgan now with the opportunity to make it 8 points, 5 rebounds. And more importantly, it's an 18-point lead. Nizhny still waiting for their first points of this fourth quarter, and we are more than 3.5 minutes in. Banvit have scored 11 points in that time. Three-point attempt, this has to go, you feel. It doesn't. Perez claims the rebound, draws the foul. And Zhbanov is penalised here. Well, that look from Zoran Lukic says it all, really. Alex Perez can increase the lead. Four assists, 4 rebounds, and now 9 points for Alex Perez. Quietly putting together some decent numbers in the end. After a slow start from pretty much everybody. Got a little bit better with their free throw shooting as well. 29 free throws, they've now made 19. And it's a lot better than it was in terms of percentages. Hazard again is penalised. Jordan Morgan wasn't quite able to claim it. Nobody seems able to claim it. Eventually Nizhny do get it back. surely now they will finally get their first points of the quarter. It's really well finished by Zbanov. A sense of relief you feel for Nizhny, but they have so much work to do here. I feel it's quite unlikely they'll make up 18 points. You never know in basketball, things can change very quickly and there's plenty of time. So far in this game they've scored 16, 15 and 14 points in the first 3 quarters respectively. Just the 2 on the board in the fourth so far. Find themselves with a lot of work still to do, with just under 5 minutes remaining. Cherapovic goes for the 2, misses. And it comes to nothing once again for the Russian side. Another shake of the head from Zoran Lukic. You just feel maybe those key players missing for Nizhny tonight are starting to have a bit of an impact. Could really have done with the likes of Kendrick Perry and Vladimir Dragicevic. Dragicevic averaging 9 rebounds per game, the same as Jordan Morgan. And only 3 players have grabbed more rebounds per game. And Dragicevic is the competition leader in defensive rebounds before this round of games in game day 4 I should say. After game day 3 he was leading the way in defensive rebounds. And they have missed him tonight. Zbanov, the only player who's added points to the tally in this fourth quarter for Nizhny. This is his second. And here come Banvit again. Olashoy for Perez. And Perez goes for the 3 and makes it. Alex Perez makes it a 20-point game again with 4 minutes to go. Strebkov and Popov, and swatted away. And Jordan Morgan is a man down here for Nizhny. It's Artem Komolov. How about this for a 3-pointer from Perez? Much needed for Banvit. His performance in this second half. He couldn't hit a three-pointer to save their lives in the first half. It's been much better in the second. We saw that rebound, the defensive rebound from Jordan Morgan. 6 rebounds for the game, 8 points. One from 10 from the field in this quarter for Nizhny Novgorod. It hasn't been good enough, unfortunately, for them. Long 2 attempted here by Banvit. It was Olashoy failed to add to his 5-point tally. Spanov having drawn another foul. This is the first of his free throws. Does make the second. 6 points for him. He scored all 4 of Nizhny Novgorod's points in this fourth quarter. Oliver, now Perez. Osmani. And he will go to the foul line for a couple of free throws. Sharapovic, the man penalised. It's 19 from 30 from the foul line so far for Banvit in this game. And they would like that to be a little bit better. And having said that, they do still have the chance to make it a 20-point game again here. Which Osmani does. 9 points for him now. Sharapovic wants to make the layup there. Just hasn't happened at all for Zoran Lukic's side. This Nizhny team have battled hard this evening. Come up just a little short, it would seem. A three-point attempt missed, a rebound claimed by Osmani. Here is Perez. Bulashoy. Perez again. Alex Perez for 3, gets it! And Alex Perez has started to fire in these closing stages as Banvit pull away. Osmani has been penalised here. Another look at that three-pointer from Perez, his second of the game. He's moved on to 15 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Good night for him. Alex Perez has played a lot of minutes as well. Toropov has missed the first of the free throws. He does make the second. It's been a little bit of a painful process getting to 50 points for Nizhny Novgorod. Just 5 points added in this fourth quarter. Bulashoy. Take on the three himself, which is missed. And Babarin claims it. It's an easy two-handed dunk for Toropov. Nicely disguised assist there from Strebkov. And at least some points on the board here. Timeout called. Home side lead by 20, 72-52. Now Banvit closing in on yet another home win. Going for win number 3 in the Basketball Champions League in Group A. Take them level with Avellino with 3 wins and 1 loss. Banvit of Poland will have a 2-2 record. Nizhny 1-3. Unless they could produce a miraculous comeback here. That was an excellent 3-pointer from Zhbanov. Too little, too late, you fear. Banvit continue to apply the pressure, run down the clock. A little over a minute to play. They will use up every second they can. And it's 2 more. Laid up and in off the glass from Ulusoy. Ventspils and Le Mans to go head-to-head later today. Ventspils with a 1-2 record, Le Mans with a same record. And Nizhny will be the only side with a 1-3 record until that game is completed. Then one of those 2 teams will also have a 1-3 record, both ahead, though, of Riesen Ludwigsburg, 0-4 in the regular season. They'd only lost 2 games at the end of the regular season last year. Very different story this time around. Murcia, Spanish side, top of the table, 4 wins out of 4. Banvit are closing in on their 3rd win. They will join Avellino. And then there'll be Anvil and either Ventspils or Le Mans with a 2-2 record, battling it out for that 4th spot. Another free throw missed by Nizhny Novgorod. Hazard with a lovely assist, was it? No, it's tapped in, no, by the 19-year-old. Hasn't scored for a while, but he has had a good night overall. 17 points now for Seamus Hazard. Nizhny is trying to put a bit of respectability on the scoreboard here. They have at least managed to get themselves into double figures in this final quarter. They trail significantly again by 20, 76-56, as another timeout is called.
Short roll, a Kuba сразу в сторону. Пас, пас.
Well, a big difference from the home side as far as the first half and second half go. First half, just 29 points on the board. They were 2 points down. They are 18 points clear, a 20-point swing since halftime. They've scored 47 points. And they'll look to finish it off in style here. It's Ulusoy. Oh, and the follow doesn't quite go. And the decision goes the way of Nizhny Novgorod in the end. It's an outstanding play that from Banvit, just didn't quite come off. Devon Oliver missing that chance. He just hasn't been able to score from the field. He's had a pretty decent game, really. 13 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 points, all from free throws. None from 8 from the field. A minor frustration. footage being reviewed here by the officials, so it's a little bit of a delay. 24 seconds still to play this final quarter. So Toropov drawing the foul there from a Devon Oliver. And gets a couple of free throws here. He's moved himself into double digits now. It's 12. And this is the second though, so doesn't make it 13. Now Babarin. Zabanov actually with the foul. I was going to say Babarin is on 4, but it was Zbanov who gave away that foul, and the 2 free throws dispatched easily by Onsel. And Strebkov in the final few seconds here will just try and finish with a flourish. And it is going to be a disappointing defeat for Nizhny. The game isn't quite over yet. Foul's been called again, Ulashoy. Ostapkovich can get Nizhny up to the 60-point mark at least. This is the second. Oliver claims the rebound. And that will do it. Well, Banvit come through what was a tight and slightly scrappy game at times in the first half. In the end, it's a comfortable win for the hosts, who make it 3 out of 3 at home in the Basketball Champions League. 78-60 the final score. Looks comfortable on paper, but they were behind at half-time. And it took them a while for them to produce some of their better performances. And they really took charge in the third quarter, going into it trailing by 2, came out of it leading by 7, and they completely outshone Nizhny in the final quarter, when maybe they were starting to tire the Russians. They were without a couple of key players, of course, in this game. And the numbers back up the scoreline, really. It was just that little bit better overall from Banvit, and particularly in the second half. First half probably belonged to Nizhny, although it was only a 2-point lead that they had over Banvit at half-time. Rebounds 53-40, a fairly significant difference there. Steals 12-6. A lot of fast break points for Banvit, which in the end proved to be fairly significant. Turnovers 12-6, fouls more or less even. It's just a little bit more precision from Banvit in the third and fourth quarters. Shemes Hazza with a fine performance, the youngster with 17 points in that game. Devon Oliver, only 4 points, all from free throws. He was none from 8 in the field, but 15 rebounds and 2 assists. Decent display from him. Fairly quiet from Jordan Morgan. 8 points, 6 rebounds. A little below his usual standard. Couple of blocks in there as well. Perez with 15 points and a couple of big threes in the second half, which helped take his side away from their opponents. 17 points for Hazer, 10 points for Onsel, and 15 for Perez. Those the 3 in double digits as far as the point scoring goes. And here is what it means for the group table as it stands. Banvit with a 3-1 record along with Avellino. Anvil with 2-2, and then it's Nizhny Le Mans and Von Spils with 1 win each. They play each other later tonight, and Ludwigsburg take a 9-4 record going in to game day 5. Well, it started pretty well for Banvit this evening. They actually raced into a 10-2 lead in the first quarter, but eventually Nizhny found their rhythm and they were able to build up a narrow lead at half-time. Looked like it was going to be a real scrap and tight affair all the way through to the end, but the second half was completely different. Three-point shooting was really missing from both teams in the first half. Banvit didn't make a single three-point attempt in the first half. They managed 4 overall, 4 from 19 in the end. Nizhny with 4 from 22. Only one of those coming in the first half. It's just a little bit better overall from both sides in that second half, but Nizhny paying the price for a slow start to the fourth quarter in particular. It took them a long time to get those first points on the board, and they ended up falling further and further behind. A similar story really in the third quarter as well. It wasn't quite as obvious, it didn't quite manifest itself in the same way, but that fourth quarter, Banvit had put a lot of points on the board before Nizhny Novgorod even got started. And by that stage, the game had pretty much gone. It was somewhere between an 18 and a 20-point game. And the Russians just gave themselves too much to do. They managed to get to a point where they were not falling any further behind, but they couldn't make up any ground on Banvit. And they were running out of time. And Banvit just started hitting those long-range shots, 4 three-pointers, as I mentioned, in the second half. It did make a difference because they just couldn't hit those three-point attempts in the first half. Perez with 2 of those 4 fairly late on in the game. Although Nizhny did rally a little bit in the closing stages, it was never going to be their night here in Bandırma, Turkey. So Nizhny with just 1 win in the regular season so far. Remember, they had to come through qualifying to get here. And having led at half-time, it ends in defeat tonight, and Banvit win.